Shalom and welcome to Torah and Coffee. I know that I read a Torah portion already this week, but come to find out because of the code I was behind 1 week. So the other day I read the first Torah portion and now I'm going to read the second one. And this one is called Noah. So the Torah portion will be found in Genesis 6:8 through 11:32. Then we're going to read the Haftarah, which is Isaiah 54:1 through 55:5. Then the BeritHadasah, or the New Testament, we will be reading Matthew 24:36 through 44, Luke 17:26 to 37, Acts 2:1 through 16, 1 Peter 3:18 through 22, and 2 Peter 2:5. So get your Bibles, open them up, and read along with me as we start with the reading of the Torah portion. And, hey, don't forget, enjoy your cup of coffee also, or tea if you prefer tea. Genesis 6, verse 9. This is the line of Noah. Noah was a righteous man. He was blameless in his age. Noah walked with Yah. Noah begat 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. The earth became corrupt before Yah. The earth was filled with lawlessness. When Yah saw how corrupt the earth was, for all flesh had corrupted its way on earth, Yah said to Noah, I have decided to put an end to all flesh, for the earth is filled with lawlessness because of them. I am about to destroy them with the earth. Make yourself an ark of gopher wood and make it an ark with compartments and cover it inside and out with pitch. This is how you shall make it. The length of the ark shall be 300 amot, its width 50 amot, and its height 30 amot. Make an opening for daylight in the ark, and terminate it within an amot of the top. Put the entrance of the ark on the side. Make it with bottom, second, and third decks. For my part, I am about to bring the flood, waters upon the earth to destroy all flesh under the sky in which there is breath of life. Everything on the earth shall perish. But I will establish my covenant with you, and you shall enter the ark with your sons, your wives, and your sons' wives, and of all that lives, of all flesh, you shall take 2 of each into the ark to keep alive with you. They shall be male and female, from the birds of every kind, cattle of every kind of creeping thing on earth. 2 of each shall come to you to stay alive. For your part, take of everything that is eaten and store it away, to serve as food for you and for them. Noah did just as Yah commanded him, so he did. Chapter 7. Then Yah said to Noah, Go into the ark with your household, for you alone have I found righteous before me in this generation. Of every clean animal you shall take 7 pairs, male and their mates, and of every animal that is not clean, 2, male and its mate. Of the birds of the sky also 7 pairs, male and female, to keep seed alive upon all the earth. For in 7 days' time I will make it rain upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights, and I will blot out from the earth all existence that I created. And Noah did as Yah commanded him. Noah was 600 years old when the flood came, waters upon the earth. Noah, with his sons and his wife and his son's wife, went into the ark of the waters of the flood. Because of the waters of the flood, of the clean animals, of the animals that are not clean, of the birds, and of everything that creepeth on the ground, 2 of each, male and female, came to Noah into the ark. Yah had commanded Noah. On the 7th day, the waters of the flood came upon the earth. In the 600th year of Noah's life, in the 2nd month, on the 17th day of the month, on that day, all the fountains of the great deep burst open, and the floodgates of the sky broke open. Then rain fell on the earth 40 days, 40 nights. That same day, Noah and Noah's sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, went into the ark with Noah's wife and the 3 wives of his sons. They and all beasts of every kind, all cattle of every kind, all creatures of every kind that creep on the earth, and all birds of every kind, every bird, every winged thing. They came to Noah into the ark, 2 of all flesh, in which there was breath of life. Thus they had entered comprised male and female of all flesh, as Yah had commanded him, and Yah shut him in. The flood continued 40 days and 4 on the earth, and the waters increased and raised the ark so that it rose above the earth. The water swelled and increased greatly upon the earth, and the ark drifted upon the waters. When the waters had swelled much more upon the earth, all the highest mountains everywhere under the sky were covered. 15 amet high did the water swell, as the mountains were covered, and all flesh that stirred on earth perished, birds, cattle, beasts, and all things that swarmed upon the earth, and all mankind. 22. In all whose nostrils was the merest breath of life, all that was on dry land did die. All existence on earth was blotted out, man, cattle, creeping things, the birds of the sky, they were blotted out from the earth. Only Noah was left, and those with him in the ark. And when the waters had swelled on the earth 150 days. Chapter 8. Yah remembered Noah and all the beasts and all the cattle that were with him in the ark, and Yah caused a wind to blow across the earth, and the waters subsided. The fountain of the deep and the floodgates of the sky were stopped up, and the rain from the sky was held back. The waters then receded steadily from the earth. At the end of 150 days, the waters diminished. So that in the 7th month, on the 17th day of the month, the ark came to rest on the mountains of Arad. The waters went on diminishing until the 10th month. In the 10th month, on the 1st day of the month, the top of the mountains became visible. All the end of the 40 days, Noah opened a window At the end of the 40 days, Noah opened the window of the ark that he had made and sent out a raven. It went to and fro until the waters had dried up from the earth. Then he sent out a dove to see whether the waters had decreased from the surface of the ground. But the dove could not find a resting place for its foot, and returned to them to the ark. For there was water all over the earth. So putting out his hand, he took it in to the ark with him. Then he waited another 7 days and again sent out the dove from the ark. The dove came back to him toward evening, and there in his bill was a plucked olive leaf. He was a plucked off olive leaf. Then Noah knew that the waters had decreased in the earth. He waited still another 7 days and sent the dove forth, and it did not return to him any more. On the 601st year, in the first year and the first month of the first month, the waters began to dry from the earth, and when Noah removed the covering of the ark, he saw that the surface of the ground was drying. And in the second month, on the 27th day of the month, the earth was dry. Yah spoke to Noah, saying, "Come out of the ark together with your wife, your sons, and your sons' wife. Bring out with you every living thing of all flesh that is with you, birds, animals, and everything that creepeth on earth, and let them swarm on the earth, and be fruitful and increase on earth." So Noah came out together with his sons, his wife, and his sons' wives. Every animal, every creeping thing, every bird, and everything that stood on earth came out of the ark by families. 20. Then Noah built an altar to Yah, and taking of every clean animal and every clean bird, he offered burnt offerings on the altar. Yah smelled a pleasing odor, and Yah said to him, "Never again will I doom the earth because of man, since the devising of man's mind are evil from his youth, nor will I ever again destroy every living being as I have done. So long as the earth endures, seed time and harvest, cold and heat, summer and winter, day and night shall not pass." Chapter 9. Yah blessed Noah and his sons and said to them, "Be fruitful and increase and fill the earth. The fear and the dread of you shall be upon all the beasts of the earth and upon all the birds of the sky. Everything with which the earth is austere, and upon all the flesh of the sea, they are given into your hand. Every creature that lives shall be yours to eat. As with the green grass, I give you all these. You must not, however, eat flesh with its lifeblood in it." The descendants I'm sorry, excuse me. But of your own lifeblood I will require a reckoning. I will require it of every beast of man too. I will require a reckoning for human life of every man for that of his fellow man. Whoever sheds the blood of a man, by man shall his blood be shed. For in his image did Yah make man. Be fertile, then, and increase, abound on the earth, and increase on it, And Yah said to Noah and to his sons with him, I now establish my covenant with you and your offspring to come. 10. And with every living thing that is with you, birds, cattle, every beast as well, all that have come out of the ark, every living thing on earth, I will maintain my covenant with you. Never again shall all flesh be cut off by the waters of the flood, and never again shall there be a flood to destroy the earth. Yah further said, this is the sign that I set before the covenant before me and you, and every living creature with you, for all ages to come. I have set my bow in the clouds, and it shall serve as a sign of the covenant between me and the earth. When I bring clouds upon the earth, and the bow appears in the clouds, I will remember my covenant between me and you, and every living creature among all flesh, so that the waters shall never again become a flood to destroy all flesh. When the bow is in the clouds, I will see it and remember the everlasting covenant between Yah and all the living creatures, all flesh that is on the earth. Then Yah said to Noah, shall be the sign of this covenant that I have established between me and all flesh that is on the earth. The sons of Noah who came out of the ark were Shem, Ham, and Japheth, Ham being the father of Canaan. These three were born to Noah, and from those the whole world branched out. Noah, the tiller of the soil, was the first to plant a vineyard. He drank of the wine and became drunk. He uncovered himself within his tent. Ham, the father of Canaan, saw his father's nakedness and told his two brothers outside. But Shem and Japheth took a cloth, placed it against both their backs, and walked backwards. They covered their father's nakedness. Their faces were turned the other way, that they did not see their father's nakedness. When Noah woke up from his wine and learned what his younger son had done to him, he said, Cursed be Canaan, the lowest of slaves shall he be to his brothers. And he said, Blessed be Yah, the God of Shem. Let Canaan be a slave to him. May Yah enlarge Japheth, and let him dwell in the tents of Shem, and let Canaan be a slave to them. Noah lived after the flood 350 years, and all the days of Noah came to 950 years, then he died. Chapter 10. These are the lines of Shem, Ham, and Japheth, the sons of Noah. Sons were born to them after the flood. The descendants of Japheth, Gomer, Magog, Media, Yavan, Tubal, Meshach, Tiras. The descendants of Gomer, Ashkenaz, Rephath, and Togarmah. The descendants of Japheth, Eliash, and Tarshish, and Kittim, and Dodom. From these the maritime nations branched out. These are the sons of Japheth by their lands, each with his language, their clans and their nations. The descendants of Ham, Cush, Mizraim, Put, and Canaan. The descendants of Cush, Seba, Havilah, Sabbath, Sabta, Brahma, and Septega. The descendants of Brahma, Sheba, and Dedum. Cush also begat Nimrod, who was the first man of might on earth. He was a mighty hunter by the grace of Yah, hence the same, like Nimrod, a mighty hunter by the grace of Yah. 10. The mainstays of the kingdom were Babylon, Erech, Akkad, and the Calneh, and in the land of Shinar. From the land of Assyria went forth and built Nineveh, Rehoboth, Galad, Resan, between Nineveh and Gala, that is the great city. And Mitzrayim begat Ludim, the Anamim, the Lehabim, the Naphtuhim, the Pathperuzim, the Gasluhim, and the Gathtorim. Once the Philistines came forth, Canaan begat Zion, his firstborn, and half, and the Jebusites, the Amorites, and the Girgashites, the Hivites, and the Archites, and the Shinites, and the Avrizites, and the Zemarites, and the Hamathites. Afterwards, the clans of the Canaanites spread out. The origin of Canaanite territory ended from Zion as far as the Greer, near Asa, and as far as Sodom, Gomorrah, Atma, and Zeboim, near Lasha. 20. These are the descendants of Ham, according to their clans and language, by their lands and nations. Sons were also born to Shem, ancestors of all the descendants of Ever, and older brother Japheth. The descendants of Shem, Elam, Assyria, Arpachshad, Lud, and Aram, and descendants of Am, Uz, Hul, Gezer, and Mash. Arpachshad begat Shilah, and Shilah begat Ever. 2 sons were born to Ever. The name of the first was Peleg, for in his days the earth was divided, and the name of the brother was Joktan. Joktan begat Almodad, Shelep, Hazarmaveth, Jared, Hadon, Uzal, Diklah, Obal, Abimael, Shepha, Ophir, Havilah, and Yahob. All these were the descendants of Joktan. Their settlements ended near Mesha as far as Safar, the hill country, to the east. 31. These are the descendants of Shem, according to the clans and languages, by their lands, according to their nations. These are the groupings of Noah's descendants, according to their origins, by the nations, and from these nations, branches out over the earth after the flood. Everyone on the earth had the same language and the same words, and as they migrated from the east, they came upon the valley in the land of Shinar and settled there. They said one to another, "Come, let us make bricks and burn them hard. Brick served them as stone, and bitumen served them as mortar." And they said, "Come, let us build us a city and a tower with its top in the sky, to make a name for ourselves. Also, we shall be scattered all over the world." 5. Yah came down to look at the city and the tower the men have built. And Yah said, if as one people with one language for all, this is how they can have begun to act, then nothing that they may prosper to do will be out of their reach. Let us then go down and confound their speech there, so that they shall not undertake one another's speech. Thus Yah scattered them from there over the face of the whole earth, and they stopped building the city. This is why it was called Babel, because Yah confounded the speech of the whole earth, and from there Yah scattered them over the face of the earth. Verse 10. This is the land of Shem. Shem was 100 years old when he begat Arpachshad, 2 years after the flood. After the death of after the birth of Arpachshad, Shem lived 500 years and begat sons and daughters. When Arpachshad had lived 35 years, he begat Shelah. After the birth of Shelah, Arpachshad lived 403 years and begat sons and daughters. When Shelah had lived 30 years, he begat Eber. After the birth of Eber, Shelah lived 403 years and begat sons and daughters. When Eber had lived 34 years, he begat Peleg. After the birth of Peleg, Eber lived 430 years and begat sons and daughters. When Peleg had lived 30 years, he begat Rehu. After the birth of Rehu, Peleg lived 209 years and begat sons and daughters. When Rehu had lived 32 years, he begat Saruk. After the birth of Saruk, Rehu lived 207 years and begat sons and daughters. When Saruk had lived 30 years, he begat Nahor. After the birth of Nahor, Sarah lived 200 years and begat sons and daughters. When Nahor had lived 29 years, he begat Terah. After the birth of Terah, Nahor lived 119 years and begat sons and daughters. After Terah had lived 70 years, he begat Abram, Nahor, and Haran. Now this is the line of Terah. Terah begat Abram, Nahor, and Haran begat Lot. Haran died in the lifetime of his father, Terah, in his native land Ur of the Chaldeans. Abraham and Nahor took to themselves wives, and the names of Abraham's wife was Sarai, and that of Nahor's wife, Milcah, and the daughter of Haran, the father of Milcah and Iscah. Now Sarai was barren, she had no children. Terah took his son Abram, his grandson Lot, to the son of Haran, and his daughter-in-law Sarai, the wife of his son Aaron, and they set out together from Ur to the Chaldeans, to the land of Canaan. But when they had come as far as Haran, they settled there. The days of Terah came to 205 years, and Terah died in Haran. This concludes the Torah reading. Let's go read the Haftarah. Isaiah 54. Starting on verse 1 to Isaiah 55:5. Isaiah 54:1. Shout, O barren one, you who bore no children. Shout aloud for joy, you who did not travail. For the children of the wife for forlorn shall outnumber those of the espoused, says Yah. Enlarge the side of your tent, extend the sides of your dwelling. Do not stint, lengthen the ropes, and drive the pegs firm. For you shall spread out to the right and the left. Your offspring shall dispossess nations, and shall people the desolate towns. Fear not, you shall not be ashamed. Do not cringe, you shall not be disgraced, for you shall forget the reproach of your youth, and remember no more the shame of your widowhood. For he who made you will espouse you. His name is Lord of hosts. The Holy One of Israel will redeem you. He is called God of all the earth. Yah has called you back as a wife forlorn and forsaken. Can one cast off the wife of his youth, said your God? For a little while I forsook you, but with vast love I will bring you back. In slight anger, for a moment I hide my face from you, but with kindness everlasting I will take you back in love, says Yah, your Redeemer. For this to me is like the waters of Noah, as I swore that the waters of Noah nevermore would flood the earth. So I swear that I will not be angry with you or rebuke you. 10. For the mountains may move and the hills be shaken, but my loyalty shall never move from you, nor my covenant of friendship be shaken. I, Yah, who takes you back in love. Unhappy, storm-tossed one, uncomforted, I will lay Cumberlands as your building stones, and make your fountains as sapphires. I will make your battlements of rubies, your gates of precise stones, the whole encirclement wall of gems, and all your children shall be disciples of Yah, and great shall be happiness of your children. You shall be established through righteousness. You shall be saved from oppression, and you have no fear from ruin, and it shall not come near you. Surely no harm can be done without my consent. Whoever shall harm you shall fall because of you. It is I who created the smith to fan the charcoal fire and produce the tools for his work. So it is I who create the instruments of havoc. No weapon formed against you shall succeed, and every tongue that contends with you at law you shall defeat. Such is the lot of the servants of Yah. Such that triumph through me, declares Yah. Chapter 55. Ho, all who are thirsty, come for water. Even if you have no money, come, buy food and eat. Buy food without money, wine and milk without cost. Why do you spend money for what is not bread? Your earnings for what does not satisfy? Give heed to me, and you shall eat choice food and enjoy the richest viands. Incline your ear and come to me, hearken, and you shall be revived. And I will make with you an everlasting covenant, the enduring loyalty promised to David. As I made him a leader of people, a prince and commander of peoples, so all shall So you shall summon the nation you did not know, and the nation that you did not know shall come running to you for the sake of Yah, your God, the Holy One of Israel, who has glorified you. This concludes the Haftarah. Let's go into the BeritHadasah, otherwise known as the New Testament. Matthew 24:36. But when that day and hour will come, no one knows, not an angel in heaven, not the Son, only the Father. For the Son of Man coming will be just as it was in the days of Noah. Back then, before the flood, people went on eating and drinking, taking wives and becoming wives, right up till the day of Noah and the ark, and they did not know what was happening until the flood came and swept them all away. It will be just like that, and the others left behind. There will be two women grinding flour at the mill. One will be taken and the other left behind. So stay alert, because you don't know on what day your Lord will come. But you do not know this. Have the owner of the house known when the thief was coming, he would have stayed awake and not allowed his house to be broken into. Therefore, you too must always be ready, for the Son of Man will come when you are not expecting him. Luke chapter 12. Luke chapter 17, verses 26 to 37. Luke 17, 26 to 37. Also at the time of the Son of Man, it will be just as it was in the time of Noah. People ate and drank, and men and women married right up until the day Noah entered the ark, when the flood came and destroyed them all. Likewise, it is as it was in the time of Lot. The people ate and drank, bought and sold, planted and built, but they, Lot left Sodom. Fire and sulfur rained down from heaven and destroyed them all. That is how it will be on the day of the Son of Man is revealed. On that day, if someone is on the roof with his belongings in his house, he must not go down to take them away. Similar, if someone is in the field, he must not turn back. Remember Lot's wife. Whoever aims at preserving his own life will lose it, but whoever loses his own life will stay alive. I tell you, on that day there will be two people in one bed. One will be taken and the other left behind. There will be two women grinding grain together. One will be taken and the other left behind. They asked him, "Where, Lord?" He answered, "Wherever there's a dead body, that's where the vultures gather." Acts chapter 2. One through 6. Acts chapter 2, 1 through 6. 16, I should say. The festival of Shavuot arrived, and the believers all gathered together in one place. Suddenly there came a sound from the sky, like the roar of violent wind, and they filled the whole house where they were sitting. Then they saw what looked like tongues of fire, which separated and became to rest on each one of them. They were filled with the Ruach HaKodesh and began to talk in different languages as the Spirit enabled them to speak. Now there were staying in Jerusalem religious Jews from every nation under heaven. When they heard this sound, a crowd gathered. They were confused because each one heard they believed speaking in his own language. Totally amazed, they asked, "How is this, them speaking in our native language? We are Pharisees, Medes, Elamites, residents of Mesopotamia, Yehuda, Cappadocia, Pontus, Asia, Syria, Pamphylia, Egypt, parts of Libya, Cyrene, visitors from Rome, Jews by birth and proselytes, Jews from Crete and from Arabia. How is it that we hear them speaking in our own language about the great things God has done?" 12. Amazed and confused, they all went on asking each other, "What can this mean?" But others made fun of them and said, "They've just had too much wine." Then Kepha, who's called Peter, stood up with the 11 and raised his voice to address them. "Yes, Judeans, and all of you staying here in Jerusalem, let me tell you what this means. Listen carefully to me. These people aren't drunk, as you suppose. It's only 9 in the morning. No, this is what was spoken about through the prophet Joel." I know this isn't on here, but I'm going to add this. Adonai says, "In the last days I will pour out my spirit upon everyone. Your sons and daughters, your sons and your daughters will prophesy. Your young men will see visions. Your old men will dream dreams. Even on my slaves, both men and women, I will pour out my spirit in those days, and they will prophesy. I will perform miracles in the sky above and signs on the earth below: blood, fire, and thick smoke. The sun will become dark and the moon blood before the great and fearful day of Adonai comes, and then whoever calls on the name of Adonai shall be saved." 1 Peter chapter 3, 18 to 22. 1 Peter 3, 18 to 22. "For the Messiah himself died for sins once and for all, a righteous man on behalf of unrighteous people, so that he might bring you to God. He was put to death in the flesh, but through the life by the Spirit, and in this form he went and made a proclamation to the imprisoned spirits, to those who were disobedient long ago in the days of Noah, when God waited patiently during the building of the ark, in which a few people, to be specific, 8 were delivered by means of water. This also prefigures what delivers us now, the water of immersion, which is not the removal of dirt from the body, but one's pledge to keep a good conscience toward God through the resurrection of Yeshua, the Messiah. He has gone into heaven and is at the right hand of God, with angels, authorities, and powers subject to him. 2 Peter 2:5. And he did not spare the ancient world. On the contrary, he preserved Noah, a herald of righteousness, with 7 others, and brought the flood upon the earth, upon the world, for ungodly people. May Yah fulfill his word. Yah, we ask that you shine your light unto our path and lead us into your truth and righteousness, and fill us with your shalom. In Yeshua's name, amen. Till next week, for Torah and coffee, shalom.